a dad listening to this on the fence, hey, do I invest? Do I jump into the Warrior Dad experience or don't I? What would you say to him?
Uh, 110% do this. It is, I, you hear there's sort of cliche terms, right? Life changing, um, is sort of, something you hear sometimes. I mean, I'm telling you, as someone who wears a lot of hats, doing a lot of different things, I work probably a 60 plus hour week, a week job where I'm an emergency physician, but I do a lot of administrative work too. I have businesses that I support, and a lot of aspirations and dreams for me personally, as well as my family and my kids. This is something that I gotta say, don't even question it. Just do it. You will not be disappointed. You can email me if you ever don't get the value, but I mean the value is 100 times more than what you think it is. I mean, it is truly it is probably the most high value thing I've done in the last decade of my life, to really get my life what I feel is truly back on track, and I can't overstate that enough.
So first of all, I would say 110% do it, right? But only do it if you're prepared to commit to it, because you will get out of it as much as you put in. And I think in today's world, there are so many distractions.
Yep.
There are, and it starts, and you and I talked about this on my kickoff call, right?
Right.
Our first one-on-one. It's the other picture of my family. It's this, right? It's really it's both. It's an incredible tool. It's also the devil in one little device, and we are so distracted by work, distracted by social media, distracted by competing pressures, that it gets you in this almost, I mean, speaking for me personally, it gets you in this spiral, right? That you can't work out of. And what the experience does is it gives you those tools, the necessary structure, the necessary discipline, to navigate that, and really to prioritize and focus on what's important. Focus on the relationship with yourself. Soak up those micro moments with your wife. Soak up those micro moments with your kids, with your sons and your daughters. So I would 110% recommend the experience to anyone that's considering it. It's incredibly powerful and profound.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent investment for themselves, but also an investment in their family. It's they can't go wrong by making that commitment to themselves. And maybe there's that voice that might speak to them and say, you're not a warrior dad, so don't pretend or try to be. And that voice is the voice of doubt or fear. And the truth is, yes, they are. Yes, you are. And they need to go ahead and commit and sign up, because don't let fear get in your way. Don't let anxiety get in your way. We have to do this. I love what you say. It just takes one dad to change a family tree, and that's the truth. And that change, starts with me, and you prove it. You prove it through your example, and so the other guys that went through the Warrior Dad experience with me. I mean, great men. We learned a lot. So the guy that's on the fence, I would say jump.
I would say you'll find an incomparable level of fellowship that is hard to replace. Maybe you can find that in church. Maybe you can find that with colleagues at work. But here you'll have your own group of fellows, of dads that are equally committed to turning their lives from drift to direction. And I can't tell you how powerful that is. You'll see it's powerful in the silliest ways, whether it's encouraging each other to do an extra set of push-ups, or just, sharing that. So here's a big one: sharing that information. That I found myself sharing information online before I would share it with my family, or I would share my information about my love and respect of my family online, but not do it in real life. And there's so much you want to share with other people. It might not be the best thing to put it on social media, but sharing with a text chain or a WhatsApp chain with fellow dads, you get encouragement. And sometimes you find yourself in your old self-talk talking to them, and they'll correct you if Jeff doesn't get to you first. So to be a warrior dad, the fact that you're not going it alone has been, incredibly powerful for me.
100%. It's a really, the material is great. You do a great job presenting it to us. I felt comfortable the whole time. It's great just being in a group of guys that all have the same goal as you. Nobody acts better than anybody else. You all just have a common goal, and you don't get to physically see these people, but you still kind of feel a bond with these people. And so I highly recommend it for anybody sitting on the fence. It's life-changing.
To 100%. If there's any reason why you're sitting on the fence, not doing, there's a million reasons you'll find maybe to justify yourself, like, oh, I do these things great, but you can be that one dad that changes. So there's no reason not to. That it is an experience to it's not just, you have it as the warrior dad, but it is individual, it is husband, it is son. And I'm gonna get choked up here for a minute, man. It's uncool. Because I shared with you when I started, I lost my brother a year ago in an airplane accident. He was a pilot of 24 years.
Yeah.
So just the influence. My father's still alive, but he's had a stroke. And my older brother's the one that passed away. And so kind of indirectly and directly, I'm kind of become the patriarch. And so just to watch that family dynamic change, like you want to be an awesome dad, you need to be a warrior dad,
Man.
If you're sitting on the fence, those are no reason not to. To make yourself better and your family and your kids and your generations to come, yourself included into that, because like you've talked about a million times, Jeff, you got to love yourself first.
Yep.
So no
Man.
reason to sit on the fence, fellas. This is a thing that invested time and time again, to be that dad.
There's a voice deep inside every dad calling him to lead. Society, vices, inner demons, negative thoughts try to dampen and drown out that voice, but it never goes away. Your wife feels it, your children feel it, and your heart and soul feel it too. It's the voice that starts off as a whisper, but then becomes a calling to be the tip of the spear for your family, a calling to play all out and lead by example for your children, a calling to build a legacy that will go on for generations, a calling to be the warrior dad you were born to be. Dads, our children need us now more than ever to be that beacon of hope, courage, positivity, and strength. It's time to rise as warrior dads together as a brotherhood. If you felt that twinge in your soul, it's time for the Warrior Dad Experience.